Every spring, the Netherlands transforms into a canvas of geometric neon. It is a massive, highly synchronized agricultural event. Look at who controls the global cut tulip trade. The Netherlands commands an 80% market share, producing 4.3 billion bulbs annually. But notice how tightly production is condensed. These billions of stems originate from a footprint of just 14,000 hectares. Because commerce and geography are so concentrated here, you aren't stepping into a wild, untamed wilderness. You are entering a highly managed, globally critical supply chain. This calendar illustrates the primary bottleneck. The bloom lasts for a narrow 53-day window between mid-March and mid-May. In that brief period, 1.4 million visitors converge on the fields. If you arrive expecting the romanticized ideal shown in this historic photograph, where you can wander freely through endless plots of color stretching to the horizon, bulbs are stacked at different depths. The shallowest opens first, and as it fades, the deeper layers push through in sequence. But access requires precision. You must book your tickets online months in advance and secure the 8 a.m. opening slot. Arrive later and the crowds become impassable. Outside the garden gates, the Ballenstreek offers a 40-kilometer signposted route between historic villages. The most efficient way to navigate the narrow farm roads is to rent a bicycle. While riding, you must obey the absolute rule of the region: never step into the working fields. Normal shoes carry bacteria that easily destroy the sensitive bulb crops. To get your photos among the flowers, skip the commercial fields and go to a designated farm like Tulip Experience or a local Pluktuin, where the rows are specifically designed for visitors. The postcard route trades spontaneous freedom for a highly curated experience. You give up isolation, but you get the exact imagery you traveled to see. If you have 5 to 7 days and despise crowds, head north for the widescreen route in Flevoland and the Noordoostpolder. This area is entirely different. It is an artificial island reclaimed from the sea, offering a flat, expansive industrial horizon where several thousand hectares of bulbs grow with massive agricultural efficiency. You cannot bike this easily. You need to rent a car to drive the free 110-kilometer signposted route that connects the largest fields. But farming at this scale is ruthless. Once the tulips reach peak bloom, farmers will bring in tractors and decapitate entire fields overnight to direct energy back into the bulb harvest. For photographers, this creates an urgent timeline. If you see a field in bloom, you have to photograph it that exact day. By tomorrow morning, it might be gone. Flevoland sacrifices the historical intimacy and easy train access of the South, replacing it with massive scale and authentic agricultural isolation. The third path is the insider route, built for travelers who care more about the genetic legacy and the commercial engine behind the flowers than Instagram aesthetics. The modern trade happens at the Royal Flora Holland auction in Aalsmeer, a logistical operation occupying a footprint the size of 200 football pitches. To watch 43 million flowers change hands, you have to show up on a weekday by 7 in the morning. Beyond the modern market, there is the history. In 1637, the tulip market crashed violently after a single bulb commanded a price equal to a grand Amsterdam canal house. To see the actual genetics from that era, you travel north to the Hortus bulborum in Limmen. It is a volunteer-run living genetic bank preserving 4,000 historic flower cultivars. Walking the tidy rows here, you can stand in front of the Duke von Toll red and yellow, a tulip variety that has been blooming since 1595. This path is a deep educational investment. You trade sweeping landscapes for a direct understanding of how the tulip became a global commodity. Before you lock in your choice, you have to accept 2 universal rules that dictate every trip to the Dutch spring. Rule 1. Bloom dates obey the weather. If February is unusually warm, the fields will erupt early. If March stays cold, you might wait until May. You have to monitor local flower alerts and be ready to shift your schedule. Rule 2. The industry is adapting to strict sustainability targets. Looming European Union water quality deadlines mean farms are changing their practices. you will encounter stricter field access and more roped-off paths as growers protect their crops and their soil. Rigid expectations will derail your visit. You have to stay flexible and respect the agricultural boundaries. This decision matrix breaks down exactly what you should book. We have mapped the 3 routes across crowd density and historical authenticity. If you are a first-timer, stick to the top right. Base yourself in Haarlem, get to Keukenhof by 8 a.m., and rent a bike for the Ballenstreek. If you are a photographer looking for open space, head to the bottom left. Skip Keukenhof entirely, rent a car, and drive the massive Flevoland routes. But you have to move fast. Accommodations and Keukenhof weekend slots regularly sell out up to a full year in advance. The Dutch spring runs on a highly specific rhythm. By defining what you actually want out of the trip, you can avoid the bottleneck and find the exact version of the bloom you are looking for.